Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. Hi, everyone.
Hi. As we always begin, we want to think and act responsibly and consciously, and with kindness and grace. That is what we wish for you all today as you spend some time with us.
Yes, thank you so much, Gloria, for always reminding us to be kind and be conscious. That's very, very important. Hi, everyone. Thank you for returning. And if you're new, welcome. We want to remind you before we get going, just if you could, hit that thumb icon to say that you liked our videos. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our chats.
Yes.
And as you know, we're Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea, and we're going to be talking about our teas today. And today we have a new tea. The Haley's is gone.
Yes, we tried.
We tried. They had 7 different ones. We could not finish the 7.
You know what? We did 3.
We did 3 or 4, and we had enough.
Yes.
Bye-bye, Haley.
Yes.
Haley, bye-bye.
Yes.
So now we have a new one.
Yes, this is by Teekanne, and it is 100% natural. It is ginger lemon, and it says only the most aromatic ingredients are selected to create the all-natural drinking experience. The naturally included essential oil in ginger combined with a fresh lemon, which I like. That's pretty natural.
I love essential ginger oils. I have it at home, and I put it in my food sometimes.
I do that with like oregano.
Yes.
It makes my spaghetti really taste good. So, it says those two are perfectly infused to warm you from within. So, we've been letting it seep for a little bit.
And as soon as we opened the packet, it smelled of ginger, which is very nice.
Yes.
Let me just dunk it a bit more. It smelled more when I first opened the packet, so we'll have to see. All right. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. I can taste a bit of the ginger.
Oh, I taste more ginger than lemon.
I don't taste not more. I don't taste more lemon.
Yeah, the
ginger is good.
Yes.
Bit more lemon taste now, okay? Got to balance it out. But I do like it, and this one is made in Germany.
Yes. And, we love when we can find international, items. It's always good to see what other people are doing.
Yep.
What do they call that on the other side of the pond?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So, as always, our thoughts and prayers go out to the human, and the animals, because our babies are important to us too.
Yes, they are.
So to the entire living world, our thoughts and prayers go out for us all to engage with each other in more love and compassionate ways. It's important because when you look at the face of a cute little furry animal, how can you not think of a kind, loving way to protect them as you protect the humans of our planet? So that's what we're going to do. So this is the last video we will be doing with you in the month of March, because today is the 29th.
Yeah.
And this has been Women's History Month. So we are going to highlight 3 individuals. So the first one today is Dorothy Height. She was known as the grandmother of the women's movement and she led the National Council of Negro Women for 4 decades, and she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom Award in 1994. There's another woman, Wilma Mankiller. What a last name.
Wilma Mankiller.
Mankiller.
Not literally.
Not literally. That's just a name. Now, she led the Cherokee Nation as the first female principal chief.
Wow.
I've never ever seen a female in the chief garb, and she was the first.
I've just seen it on TV.
Yeah, but I mean, this is amazing. So, as the first female principal chief. Under her leadership, tribal enrollment tripled, employment doubled, infant mortality declined, and educational achievement rose.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I love it.
Yes, as a woman, okay? And she received the Medal of Freedom in 1998. Lastly, we're going to bring it more current. Our girl, First Lady, Michelle Obama.
Woohoo! Michelle Obama.
Yes, we love her.
I love her.
So she was the first African American First Lady of the United States. She's an attorney, an author, an education advocate for adolescent girls. She also championed causes such as Let's Move, Retire initiatives, joining forces. So she was all about positivity. And Michelle Obama is slated to be inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame.
When?
Supposed to be coming up this year.
This year. Woo! It's going to be, hopefully it's televised.
Yes, hopefully.
Got to see that.
Because we all love
her. Michelle. I'm going to give you a little hug.
Yes,
we
love you.
We miss you very, very much.
We're so grateful for everything you did to help improve the quality of our lives of our kids at school.
For all generations,
yes.
Not just adults, but for
yes.
children as well.
Yes.
And when she did like growing the garden,
yes, to show that we could grow our own
yes.
foods, and I mean, people actually took notice to that and started doing little gardens.
Remember, she came out with that little kids thing. I don't know if it kept going. It's called Mushu and Waffles or something.
Yes.
I wonder if that did if it took off and did well.
Well, the last time someone was interviewing her, she was still talking about doing it.
Wow.
So I think the last time I saw her, a conversation about it was on Ellen's show. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yes. So that's just 3 women who can, if you take the time to listen, you will see that they've done some great things to help our planet as well as our people. And that's what we want. We want more positivity.
They sure have.
Yes. So, American Idol.
American Idol. Have you been watching American Idol? I know it's not like how it used to be.
Right.
The whole hoo-ha every week American Idol. Let's watch it with Simon Cowell, Paula Abdul, and Randy Jackson. But, it's a new generation. They took it off air. They brought it back. Now it's Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, Luke Bryan. And it's doing quite well.
And it's growing on me.
Yes, and they've been consistent judges, which is nice.
Yes.
Because for the last many years of American Idol, when it used to be on a different station, they keep changing the different judges. So I'm liking it. And Katy Perry, since she's had her mother, we've been talking about how motherly she's been, how nurturing she's been since she's had her baby. What did I say?
Her mother.
Since she's been a mother, since she's had her baby, she's been very nurturing.
Yes.
And the last show, I have to highlight, there were several really good auditions.
Right.
But one of them that stuck out to me, his name is Phil Kane, 18 years old.
Yes.
Oh my God, he is amazing. He is a singer, a songwriter, and a pianist.
Yes.
And he sung a song. Like if you close your eyes, I like to listen to songs and think, would I like it on the radio?
Yes.
If I listened to it on the radio, would it be something
would
my
I
ears
like to
would
listen
like?
to it over and over and over? Like a Luther Vandross song that I can listen to forever.
Yes. And this Phil, he played an amazing song, heartfelt.
Yes.
And I didn't know until the end of the song, because I'm not much of a country song person, right? I don't listen to a lot of country music.
Right.
So I just thought it was like a country song. It was a cover. He was doing a cover.
Right.
But then at the end, when they went to do their little feedback, the judges, they said that it's so great that he wrote that. It was a song that he wrote. And Lionel said from songwriter to songwriter. And that was a song that and I was shocked because it sounded like it could have been something that had been on the radio.
Right.
He sung it with such ease and effortlessness. Like if you close your eyes, you think someone was straining to sing it, but he was smiling the whole time, having fun, enjoying it. And get this, he wrote it when he was 16.
Yeah.
So for all of you, check him out. His name is Phil Kane,
Yes.
18 years old, on the most recent American Idol that aired recently,
Yes.
I think on Sunday.
Yeah.
So check it out, and that's who I like.
That's our recommendation
Yeah.
for you. All right. So last week we talked to you a little bit about Gwyneth Paltrow and how she is being sued for $300,000, which I told you had gone down from $3 million by Terry Sanderson. So it's related to a ski accident that occurred at Bear Valley 7 years ago.
Deer Valley, yeah.
Deer Valley.
Deer Valley,
Yes.
2016.
Yes.
And this whole thing is that we come to find out that this Terry Sanderson did not get, well, it's he said, she said,
Right.
but she's saying, and they have like witnesses
Right.
from another person and the two daughters, right? But the
Right.
two daughters were not able to come and testify.
Right.
But they have witness and saying that it wasn't her who knocked down Terry. It was Terry who came behind her, knocked her down, and she was swearing
Right.
that she couldn't believe that this guy knocked her down. But get this. This is what he's accusing her for. He is accusing, now get this was in 2016. Now he's coming forward and saying that caused him permanent brain damage, 4 broken ribs, and emotional distress. I want to know, why is he coming? If it really happened, why now? Why wouldn't it be like a year later?
Exactly.
Why so long?
You know, even though I messed up the name, I have been to Bear Valley because
Deer Valley.
Deer Valley. I don't know why I keep saying Bear Valley. I think
because you're thinking Bear Creek or something.
Well, I'm thinking about the rain going on right now up the hill, up the mountain in Santa Cruz. So I got my people on my mind. So Deer Valley is a small, intimate ski loft. And what I mean by that is that's where the locals go. The visitors go to Squaw. You know, they go to the big ones.
They did say that Deer Valley was in Utah.
Oh, well, we have one here too in the right off the.
Yeah, I didn't know, but now they're saying, I thought it was the one local
here, our local
here,
one, yeah.
But no, they said it on the morning show that it's in Utah.
Yeah, because ours, and during the testimony, they said that she and her girls were on the Bunny Hill, and the one that we have here in Nevada, the Bunny Hills are like you can see the top from standing on the bottom. It's not that difficult. And when he said like he was hit with force, violently hit, you know, I just don't believe that it. And they're also during the trial, they're showing graphics and using technology to say if she was to come down and hit him, then he would have slid one way, where he said he slid straight on like he was about to hit a tree. And so there's more to this. And we've even had the conversation. It's like, well, why wouldn't you just pay? I think it's more principle to her. That's why she's not going to pay. And her countersuit is for $1 and her legal fees. And her legal fees are going to be expensive, I can tell you, because they're using technology to try and battle.
Right. And the reason why he's bringing it, it's making such big news and it's blowing out of proportion is because of Gwyneth Paltrow's status as a celebrity.
Yeah.
And he's trying to milk it.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. And tomorrow will be the closing arguments.
Yes.
And we'll give you updates on that, but kind of weird, kind of iffy.
Yeah,
all this.
Because initially it was $3 million and now it's $300,000, and probably by next week it'll be $30,000. You know, it's just not holding up unless they've got a smoking gun somewhere.
Yeah.
And the lawyer on the gentleman's side, what is his name? What was his name? I forgot his name just that quick. Terry, on Terry's side, she was fanning out on Gwyneth with the questions. Oh. You know, did you have on a hat and goggles? And Gwyneth's like, yeah. And she goes, you just wanted to look like everybody else. And she goes, that's the plan. I mean, so it was weird.
So that was weird.
So we'll keep you attuned to what goes on there.
Yeah, because the closing arguments are tomorrow.
Yes. The Voice, I really, really love the interaction of the coach. I think Chance the Rapper. I mean, when you hear the name Chance the Rapper, and I have to admit, I was one of those people. I was like, ugh, rapping. Ugh. I mean, I know there are some clean rap songs, there's a lot more of the negative side, and some people tell me it's not negative, it's just the real world. Well, I understand the real world. I just I don't like boogieing to cursing, clean it up a little bit. You can get your point across.
Well, there's some good rap. There's some really
Yeah.
good rap. That's good. Remember back in the days, who was the big famous ones like Twister? Remember Twister? There's
yes.
a 1,000 miles per hour. He
Thank
would go
you.
and he
Yes.
would sing really fast.
Yes.
But he was really good, and you could
Yeah.
understand what he was saying.
Yeah, because they just said that, like I like, Big Papa.
Yeah.
I love the beat of the music. It's just sometimes for some reason, and I'm sure this is why I'm like, I have to listen to it before I'll tell you if I like it or not. They kind of are very derogatory against women.
Oh yeah.
That's why I stopped, because
And
I'm
the videos
jamming.
especially.
Well, yeah, and I'm jamming, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, so why is this so negative? So, and then we have Mary J. Blige, who is, the queen of hip hop and all of that, and she kind of counteracts what they say with her version. So that part is interesting to see, but it's Blake's last year. Which he reminds us
Keeps
every 10
reminding
minutes.
us you'll be the last contestant, my very last team.
Yeah, so he had 2 young girls that he put together, and he had them sing Taylor Swift's current song. It was beautiful.
I did not watch the most recent episode
Right.
of The Voice.
Right.
So that's the battles, right?
Yes.
So I'm excited because that's what I'm really looking forward
Yes.
to. So you said they sung the latest.
They sung
Taylor
the
Swift.
latest,
How was that?
and then their voices were magnificent. So what he does is he picks the girl that he thinks, well, everybody assumes he picked her because all the judges said that you both are good, but she's the best. So he picked the best.
Oh, okay.
So, everything is, going on. He hugs her. He says goodbye. And he says, well, I hear we got this new little thing now. And, he goes, you can just tap it on the button. And he hits the button. That gave her the playoff pass.
What does that mean?
That means she doesn't have to do any more until they get to the final rounds.
they're making it like America's Got Talent, the
Right.
gold buzzer,
Yeah.
where you just have to go on the lives. You don't have to go through any other.
You don't have to go
Yeah.
through any pre-quals.
Yeah.
And, she calls him Uncle Blake. So once you watch it, you'll see.
Okay.
They're very young girls, but the voice, the harmonies. I was like, I don't understand why judges put people together who are very, very
They
good.
always say that. And
why
then
they do that?
And then at the end they go, I regret doing this.
Of course. So why do you do
Well,
it?
Why do you do it then?
Chance the Rapper, he had, 2 people who were really good. And during the rehearsals, he was like, I don't know, because his guy is sort of like the soul R&B guy. And the girl was, and they did an Elton John song, and he was like, I don't know, she's improving better than him. But when it came to the performance, Boyfriend knocked it out the park.
Wow.
And he got to go on.
Okay, well I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah.
Can't
So
wait.
good things are going on with The Voice as well as.
And if you're watching either one, then
Yes.
we'd like your feedback of what you think and who you like.
Yes. So, we've had this little bit of a scare with Silicon Valley Bank. They got shut down by the banking institution. Everyone started to panic. People were standing outside trying to get their money out of the bank. This was more for businesses than local individuals like us. Most bank accounts are government guaranteed, certified for $250,000. People had millions of dollars, billions of dollars in the bank. So this week, the bank reopened under the name of First Citizen Bank. And so far, other banking institutions have come to their rescue. And President Biden, there's a legal law that is to protect banks in the event of a catastrophe like this, so that the people, the customers, are not left kind of holding the bag. President Biden is also requesting an investigation into the CEO of the company. Did he do anything shady? Did he start selling off or taking money out or doing anything?
Well, didn't two of the owners, or who were they, took out money?
That's what they're investigating.
Okay.
Because they want to know. Because sometimes when you are at that level, money has to come out at a certain point.
Right.
You know, they do these payouts. If it was a regular payout, that's fine. If they started taking money out while they knew what was going on,
because it was a very, big coincidence. It happened right before all
right
this.
before. So that is still going on, and we'll kind of keep you informed of that. So, it always amazes me when I'm out and about and all of a sudden I see, like, it looks like a car's on fire. There's so much smoke coming out of it. And I was like, I thought people quit. Apparently, there's still people using Juul, right?
Yes, there are. Well, I think are they still selling? Because I'm not 100% sure. Because I know that, was it last year they went through a lawsuit?
Right.
And I'm not really sure what happened to that. But now it's coming back up. I think Juul is still around. I don't think they completely just left the whole vaping e-cigarette industry. I think they're still around. But Minnesota is the first state that is actually bringing them to court because they're saying that they actually targeted. This is what they said. They actually want more than $100 million in damages.
Really?
Yes, because they're saying that they purposely appeal to kids, and 13 states have already sued before, but they're saying that it is more addictive than cigarettes, and they're saying that they purposely, because of we were talking about this a long time ago when all these vaping and there was the incidents of death with young kids and stuff, and Juul came up a lot, and the reason being is because they were targeting kids with all these flavors, the fruit flavors things. So that's the reason why
Jelly Belly and
watermelon and what other
cotton
candy. Yes.
And I didn't realize how pervasive this is because I'm like, can't those parents see what their children are doing? So then they started putting out commercials, and there's this commercial where these girls are in a room and they're doing their homework, and she takes the USB drive out and takes a hit off of it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a vaping.
So what I saw, and I had not seen actual Juul packaging, but it looked like cigarettes because the way that it was packaged, it was in a cigarette box.
Mm-hmm.
And when they took it out, it looked like can you imagine a cigarette but flattened into a stick, into like a long rectangle stick.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like basically. So that's what it is. So Juul is, and I'm pretty sure there must be some other companies that sell with all these like really great flavors.
Well, like when you go inside the gas stations,
they sell them probably.
They have lots of these things, and I'm like, wow.
They have shops around that sell those
smoke
things.
shops,
smoke shops that sell the hookahs and the bongs and the vapes and everything. But kids are doing it more and more, and Juul is saying that it's not because of their advertising, it's because more and more adults are doing it.
Right.
And the kids are being swayed by the adults. I don't believe it. That's their argument.
Yeah.
But I don't believe it. If they didn't target the kids with these fruity flavors, would there be as many?
I don't think so.
So I don't think so.
If they took a hit off of one and it tasted like a real cigarette, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Those flavors are they're pretty nice and addicting. But Juul is saying that they want to be able, they're asking the FDA to allow them to keep selling vaping products as a smoking alternative for adults. It's a smoking alternative, because that's really what they wanted at the beginning, right?
Right.
Smoking. But
well, the thing though that, as you and I have shared with our peeps, even though that's what they wanted, it's more toxic than a cigarette.
Yeah. Because
they said it's the way that the way it enters your lungs, because it's like cooler, so people take more deeper breaths. So,
and it's not just what is it? They doesn't have, what is it in the vapes? They don't have like nicotine or something.
Right.
So it's not as harmful for you, but they're saying that what's to say, like 10, 20 years down the road,
it's going to come back around.
It's going to come back around, and people are going to say that it caused cancer, just like smoking did. And then we're going to say, well, it's a causation.
It's good to know that at least, I don't think of Minnesota as being a big state. So at least somebody's like going and they're looking into this. And trust me, if they get traction, it'll start to move around the country. I know that there are certain states that have outlawed Juul because of the negativity of the product.
Yes.
However, I don't think it's not like fully banned from the United States.
Right, exactly. And the statistics for all these e-cigarettes is 2.55 million students in middle school and high school use cigarettes in 2022.
Wow.
2.55 million students. Can you believe that? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, those numbers are pretty high. So we're going to keep an eye on it and continue to watch it, and we'll keep updating you. So iHeart Music had its award services. I think the program was on Sunday.
Don't they have it like it's like continually? They keep having iHeart Music Awards, right? Consistently, all the time.
It felt like it because I was like, haven't we already just seen this?
Yeah, but it's always, whenever they have it, it's always updated with new artists and singers that come on and different awards that they give out.
Exactly.
So, but I've lost track. I don't really understand how this works.
So we're just going to highlight a few. Taylor Swift won for Song of the Year. Harry Styles won as Artist of the Year. The best duo group was Imagine Dragons. And let's see, the most played artist was Doja Cat. The best pop album, once again, our girl Taylor Swift. And best country was Luke Combs. And they did a hip hop, and it was a collaboration with Drake and some other artists. And, but I think the queen of the night was Taylor Swift, because one of the things she did was she said, I just want to acknowledge that I would not be standing here if I had not failed, if I had not done things wrong. I learn every time I do something, I learn and I get better. And they were highlighting the fact that she has rewritten all of her music that the person stole from her.
Yes, that's right. She wrote everything.
Yes.
Crazy.
So that takes a lot of talent. And I just, atta girl. I think it's great that you have turned that possible negative situation completely around.
And they say that her concerts, if you've been to her concerts lately, they're like not 2 hours, they're like 3 hours long. So, because she's playing. Can you imagine how many albums she's come out with?
Yeah.
And she's playing like a few songs from each album.
Yeah. And her thing is that she wants to make sure her Swifters go home happy.
That's great.
And we know we talked a little bit about the thing going on with the promoters, and how her fans are now suing those promoters, because when she does a concert, she always starts out with what they call her Swifters, her fans. She gives them pre-access to buy tickets.
Yep.
And they did the and they ran out of tickets before because they were letting other promoters buy the tickets, and then they would hike the prices up to like $500, $600, $700 for little bitty, nosebleed section.
Well, they were in the thousands, right?
Yeah.
Someone paid like $50,000 for a ticket.
I know. And so she's trying to shift a lot of that. She's trying to change it. So we will continue to, just stay on top of it. But Taylor is doing a great job, and our congratulations go out to all of the winners of the iHeart Awards. Okay. I cannot believe we're going to talk about mass shootings again. I cannot believe that there's nothing that can be done. I cannot believe that, we sit here and we're like, as moms, as sisters, as women, we have to figure out how to stop the killings, because apparently the NRA is so intrinsic into the world that people just they don't feel like they would be safe if they gave up their guns. We're not after everybody's little pistols and all of those. We're after these assault rifles. These guns were made and manufactured for war. I don't even know how they got them to go from war to being sold to the every American that just walks into a store.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, guns, if they're properly like used, it's
Right.
okay.
Right.
But because we're now getting people that are buying guns and using them like negatively,
Yes.
this is causing all these shootings, and it's coupled with a lot of people having mental health issues.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened on Monday in Nashville. It was
Yes.
in a Presbyterian school in the Green Hill neighborhood of Nashville.
Yes.
28-year-old girl, Audrey, I forget her last name. What's her last name?
Her name is Audrey Hale.
Audrey Hale, yes.
Mhm.
She actually walked in, and it lasted 14 minutes before the shooter she was shot and killed.
Yes.
But I tell you, she was buying, and this is what I had gotten
Yes.
down. She purchased 7 firearms from 5 different gun
5
stores.
different locations.
And her parents didn't know.
They
that
thought
she
she had
them.
one gun, and they thought she had actually sold that one gun. They were not aware she had any weapons in her possession.
She was hiding them in the house,
Yeah.
hiding them around the house. And they did find out her back history, that she was under doctor's care
Yes.
for having some kind of emotional issues.
Yes.
And I don't really know why they had to bring this into it, but they said that she was born female, identified as trans. So
and that's that. Even more sensationalizing, this young girl still had a mental breakdown, this young person. And now they're saying, well, she was transgender. Like, being transgender means that you're just automatically going to have mental issues, and that's not the case.
maybe they were trying to say, and I don't know because we'll never find out.
Right.
Maybe they're thinking that maybe she had like social issues,
Yeah.
being transgender, and she was being ostracized or something. I don't know, being bullied or
But
something.
the thing, if you think about it, okay, so she's transgender. She was a young man who transgendered into a young woman. She went to that school.
Right.
So when she was at the school, like, I can understand, you go to school, you have issues, people bully you. You go find the people who bullied you. You don't go back to the school.
Yeah, that's the
she
thing.
shot the maintenance guy. She shot
the head person running the school.
running the whole school. And for me, what makes you think it's okay to kill a 9-year-old child? The father, the pastor of the church, she killed his daughter.
So we don't know. There's no real causation to all this,
No.
why she did it. They're still trying to figure that out. But we don't know what's happening in someone's head when they have issues. If she's under doctor's care, we don't know. She could have had bipolar disorder or something, or anything.
Right.
We could come up with a
Right.
slew of things that we could say was wrong with her. But
Well, it's just her going, and to me, there are certain places that, as I was raised to believe, is sacred. That's a church. Whenever I travel outside of the United States, and even when I travel within the United States, I always like to go and see the churches. And I always feel safe in a church. I never feel like harm. So this is pretty catastrophic that she went into a church. Granted, it is a school within the church community, but it's still, it's there. And how do you, legal people, how do you prevent someone from buying 7 guns? I'm sorry. I don't care if they bought it from 5 different locations. There should be a database that ticks up and says, ding, ding, ding. 2 is too many.
right, shouldn't there be like a flag? Like if someone does a background check or something saying, well, she already purchased one
Right.
here, they purchased one there.
Yeah.
Like how many, like should
And
be
then
like,
all the rounds of bullets. 'Cause
Right.
I saw the vest, and initially I thought, oh wow, she's got a bulletproof vest. No, that was just a vest to hold all of the
bullets.
Yeah.
yeah. So there should be, like if you own like a gun shop, there should be a way to find out, like something should pop up saying that this many guns were purchased before, and they should question it. There should be a red flag that goes off.
Yes.
Before they can actually issue
Yeah.
another one. They should question her or something.
something.
What are the motives? Why you have so many guns, or why there's so
Yeah.
many guns bought? What are you going to do with it, or
Yeah.
something? Whatever, right?
Because or even though she's 28, reach out to her parents, reach out to someone that has influence over this child to say, I'm the fourth store, and I was doing the background check. She already has 3 guns. Let somebody know, especially if she's still living at home.
Exactly. So
So just to give you a little bit of a tidbit, what is his name? Andy Ogles. Okay, he is the representative for the Tennessee district in which the Covenant School was located. Now, she and I had talked in December about this Yahoo who had a Christmas card, and everybody was holding a gun. That man is this who we're talking about. This is his community. So they said to him, so do you regret the holiday card that you have? Because it's him, his wife, and 2 or 3 children. Because there's 4 people with guns, and then the youngest one is holding a sign that's like Merry Christmas or something. But they asked him, and he said, why would I regret taking a picture with my family as well as my legal rights to bear arms with all of this devastation? So what we say, American citizens who are conscious, we have to start voting people who are being TikTok ready out of office.
But why would he even take
a picture?
Anyone having a holiday picture, why would you include a gun in it?
Yeah,
it's a holiday picture.
And these are not pistols. These are AKs.
Yeah,
these are big gun. I mean, and he was very proud when he did it. And even if he was like, if he had just said, you know what, this is devastating, and what we did at the time we thought was appropriate, now I see it's not. No, he doubled down and he said, why would I regret doing it? I'm taking a picture with my family, beholding my constitutional right to bear arms. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it is your constitutional right, but there shouldn't be the reason. I don't know. It's just weird. The correlation is not there. Christmas card, guns.
Yeah.
Let's take a picture with my gun on my Christmas card. I'm going to send out to everyone.
Yeah, with a gun.
Yeah.
So our thoughts and prayers go out to the loss of lives. We lost 3 children and we lost 3 adults. One of the adults was a substitute teacher. It wasn't even like this is her normal job. The custodian. I mean, he's just there to keep the places clean. And he was known affectionately as Big Mike. It reminded me that, when you have, I mean, when you look at how she entered, the way she was shooting the glass doors and she hunches down. I mean, she's got the gun ready to shoot irregardless of who came in her path. So I understand they're saying that a lot of this is due to us all being stuck away from people. And where it's safe, it's time to start reconnecting. Our children did not and are not handling that isolation very well. I have nieces that used to run and grab me, and now they go, hi, I go, get you, come here, and I hug them, and they just melt because they don't know how to ask for hugs anymore. So hug your babies.
Yeah, and keep those 3 little. It was 2 girls and 1 boy, right?
Yes.
They were all 9 years old. Keep them in your prayers and their family, because nobody wants to imagine. Can you imagine sending your kids to school and then hearing this news?
Yeah.
When I saw the video, I was like nearly in tears.
I was grateful on one hand that it didn't take as long as it did at Uvalde.
Yeah.
However, they said that the devastation of the children is the same.
Yeah.
I mean, those AKs they're meant for war. They're not meant to be in people's houses. And we have to figure out how to get Americans to feel comfortable and give up the AKs, because this is just really bad. So to try and recover a little bit, there was a story this morning. There's a young girl, her name is Taylor Hash, and she had been taking flying lessons. And at a certain point of the process, you have to fly. You have to do 3 standalone flights to get your license. So she took off and she's flying, and all of a sudden the landing gear, the front wheel, just fell off the plane. Now, while she's up, luckily she's still around the airport. The tower sees this and it's like, oh my God. So they radio to her that her landing gear is compromised because the nose has fallen off. There happened to be another plane in the general area, and it was being piloted by Chris Yates. And Chris is an instructor. So he took on the action to just be there with her. So he's like, hey kiddo, how you doing? And she's like, I'm okay. And he's like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And so he called her kiddo a couple of more times, and then he goes, I'm Chris, what's your name? And she goes, Taylor. And there's dead silence. And then you hear, and when she said Taylor, because she's pretty emotional, she's scared.
Right.
And you can hear that. And he goes, He goes, well, his voice is cracking. He goes, you're going to be okay, because my daughter's name is Taylor. So he's crying, she's crying, and they're trying to just keep her calm, keep her in the zone. And I'm very, very happy to let you know that she landed the plane and all is well.
All with his calm instructions.
Yes. And every time he would add, it's going to be okay, add a girl, she would calm down a little bit more.
What a great story.
It is. Because wherever there is catastrophe, there's always some goodness. Always. So we are still having rain. You know, it's raining right now. If you look outside, you'd think it's probably close to like 4:30, 5 o'clock. The sun was out.
It's all of a sudden there was thunder.
Yes.
And then it got dark all of a sudden. But you think that's weird, because why are we talking about that? Because we're in California?
Yeah.
It's because we're talking about weird weather in these times where it should be sunny. Usually in California, it's end of March, should start getting sunny, having sunny days.
Yes. I mean, we only get, usually up until April, it's pretty sunny. And then April showers bring May flowers.
Right.
No. Our reservoirs are, getting there. The reservoirs in Contra Costa and Alameda County are at the level, they've taken the restrictions off. The reservoirs are 80% full. And that's before the snowpack melts and starts flooding down. So California is doing really good. I mean, we are having problems because of all the rain, and with the droughts, a lot of trees are falling in California. And yesterday, because the trees are falling up in Pacifica, this gentleman, he was like, he ran outside because he thought, oh my God, a tree has hit my house. And it wasn't a tree, it was an earthquake. I mean, we're just so scattered right now. We don't know what to do, what to look out for, etc. And even with all that devastation, we are still so grateful, because in where was that? In Mississippi, Rolling Forks, Mississippi, they had winds earlier of 165 miles per hour. Remember, a couple of talks back, we shared with you that we had 40 to 60. And
went up to 90
and some places went up to 90, but they had 165.
I can't even imagine.
Winds. And they were talking to people. They have nothing. They have like little kindlings where they had a home. They have nothing left. And the community, it was just so beautiful to see, because people started coming in. They put their gloves on. They're trying to dig through. There was a family, and they got in a bathtub and put a mattress, and they just held the mattress. They're inside the house, because they always tell you for tornadoes, go to the center of the house and hunker down. Right. They did that. When this was over, they had the one corner and another corner of a bathroom. The rest of the house is gone. Just gone.
Wow. I'm just thinking about this, and I cannot even imagine being in that kind of situation.
Yeah. I mean, and the funnels, I mean, we even had one here in LA because of the high winds that we experienced last week. So you can't tell me this is just weather. And they keep telling us it's going to get worse. The two most important things I think we as citizens should focus on is, number one, we should focus on better gun control. No AKs, no ARs, no AKs, whatever you want to call them. No assault rifles in regular American hands. No, those need to go back to the people who protect and serve us. And then the second thing is we have to figure out how to slow down what's going on with Mother Earth right now, because these weather patterns, if they continue to progress worse, they're saying over the next 10 to 20 years, it's going to become devastating, because the hots are going to be hot and the colds are going to be cold. And that will be hard for animals as well as humans to survive.
Exactly.
So those are things that we want to just be conscious and aware. And, we're always looking for things that we can do to help. So Rosetta and I have been watching like Ginger Z on Good Morning America, and she's been talking about, different things you can do where you're not using plastic. Because even the snowpack, they have 70 feet walls of snow in Tahoe, and there's plastic in the snow, because they said that the plastic, it evaporates up into the atmosphere, and it gets into the snow and it comes down.
Wow.
Snow with plastic. So let's talk a little bit about, some soap bars.
Oh yeah, we like to always try and give some little helpful tips and things that you can do immediately so that you can help reduce. I'm a big fan, and so is Gloria, of how we can reduce the carbon footprint. Because a lot of you may not know, but all this weather is happening all across the country, maybe in the world. We don't know other parts of the world.
Right.
Could be affecting other parts of the world. It's not just because. It's like decades and decades, centuries of not being aware of how to lower the carbon emission footprints in this. So what happens is that we have all these carbon emissions, they get trapped.
Yes.
In this, it's like a greenhouse,
yes.
Which is why our planets are getting warmer and warmer and colder. So what we want to try and do is, there's many things that we can do to actually prevent this, and it's all about being consistent. It's not about doing it one day and not doing it the next. Being consistent.
Right.
So we've talked about in the past, if you're a supporter of our chat, on different things that you can do. We talked about how you can next car, maybe choose a hybrid or
yes.
a hybrid / electric car.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about recycling. We've talked about using the cost-effective light bulbs.
Yes.
Today we want to talk about something that can be done very easily, and that is, we did talk about it a couple weeks ago, but how about trying to switch to shampoo bars?
Yes.
Like soap bars, but shampoo bars.
Yes.
There are a lot of companies coming out with them, and I did some research on one that you may be familiar with or may not be. It's called Lush.
Yes.
Lush.com. Here in the Bay Area, we have them in the shopping malls, and I have seen them before, and I didn't think anything of it, but now I'm big, this is really, we got to hunker down, and we got to think of ways that we can help
make it better.
Yes, help the environment. So these these lather shampoo bars, they're, instead of all this packaging that comes with regular shampoo bottles, all this plastic. So did some research, and I really like Lush because they have some really good ingredients. And some of the ingredients are like cacao, olive oil, jasmine. There's a carrageenan extract, which is dried and powdered. It's called mucilage of seaweed. So that's what's called Irish moss, and it acts as a thickening, emulsifier, and stabilizer, enhances hydration and soothes the skin, rehydrates and jellies when put in liquid. And then there's some other ingredients, because they all have different names.
Right.
So each of them have their own little group of ingredients. And there's some that have the water-soluble papaya, pineapple juice, kiwi juice, mango juice, jojoba oil. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of that's in skincare. A lot of skincare. Yes, a lot of skincare, moisturizers and conditions. So, and there's different ones. There's extra virgin olive oil is one of the ingredients. Almond oil, we know how great almond oil is. Lavender oil. What else is there? Rosemary oil, juniper berry. So peppermint oil. So do your due diligence.
Yes.
and check out, just because it's a soap shampoo bar, it doesn't mean that the ingredients are clean ingredients. So check the company that you're doing that with, because what I really like is that if you can buy these shampoo bars that you can buy in Lush, and they just come like that, and they may give you a paper bag. It's not in plastic. Because some companies, they package them in plastic or in some kind of packaging to make it, and that's the way that it's delivered to like the outlets of different venues that they're trying to sell it at. But Lush, you can go there and you can buy it straight like that without, and then they'll put it in a paper bag for you. So that's more economical, and we don't have as much plastic. So shampoo bars are the way to go.
Yes, and they have conditioner bars too.
Yes, and that actually reminds me, bars, soap bars. I'm actually going to start switching, because I used to really love the liquid shower gels. Yes. So much plastic. Yes. I'm going to start doing the soap bars now. Yes. Because that's so great. I just
bought some lavender soap bars over the weekend just to just to see, because I used to do mostly soap bars, and then all of a sudden it just became convenient because it was like a pump,
and it was I think people did it for hygiene as well.
Yes, because you could put it in this little container, stick it to the wall, and there's one that says shampoo, so you just pump it, and then conditioner, and then body wash. However, and I thought I was doing better because it's less. I buy it once, but I would refill it several times.
But you still have to, whatever container it comes in, the refill pouch, you still have to get it into the big container. So soaps is a way to do it, and I actually purchased some from a small business owner online, and they make their own, and I bought like one that's got rosemary in it and stuff, and another one that's like lavender, and so I'm going to be trying that, and that is a great tip, and I hope you're going to put that into use. Comment below if that's something that you might consider.
Yes. So we haven't talked a lot about COVID, just because everybody's been waiting for the CDC to come out with some new, what you're going to do next. People are still getting COVID. A lot of people in the industry, every time I turn around, so-and-so is out with COVID, so-and-so has COVID. So it's definitely still there. Just some stats. In California, we have had 11,176,967 positive COVID cases, and that has resulted in 101,019 deaths. Wow. So it's still there. We just want to make sure we keep it foremost in your mind. It's better to be safe than sorry. We know that there are people who never believed in the vaccine, and now that people are loosening the mask requirements, they've never had to wear a mask, and they act out. They coughed out in public. So just be careful. And the CDC is, what they said is they haven't come up with a new shot since the last version that everyone was getting back in November of last year, November of last year. So what they're looking to do now is figure out if that is a good, vaccine. Maybe everybody that got that one just gets another one 6 months out from their last shot. So as we hear more, we will let you know. Right now, we're just kind of holding and being safe. So we just wanted to thank you once again for all the time you spend with us. We love just being in community, because it's going to take a village to fix some of the problems that we've been sharing and talking to you about today. However, we feel the love in the room. We send it back to you. We hope you will go out and have a wonderful, blessed day.
And I'm enjoying my tea because the ginger is spicy, actually. I can actually taste the ginger.
Oh,
spicy ginger.
Yes, it is.
Not so much the lemon, but more ginger.
Yes.
Yeah, so we love it. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you liked our video, we'd love for you to hit the thumb icon, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell notification for all our chats. Thank you, everyone. We are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
And remember to always keep smiling.